Hello, I'm Adam.
And I'm Rob.
And welcome to an inter-festive special of the Dell Media podcast.
And we're on video. We're video recording it. Like
Yes,
people do on YouTube.
Absolutely. We're so far ahead of the curve that we thought we'd get in while the fresh was hot and we could have Zoom going on.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Show off what's going on. I've got a Christmas jumper.
That's wonderful, man. I can't believe no one's thought of this already. Like, not only, doing YouTube, but also wearing Christmas jumpers. That's very clever.
Weird, isn't
very
it?
Forward thinking. Yeah.
What are you wearing?
I've got I left all my Christmas jumpers in your attic. And now I've just got a shirt of crows. But I think they're crows. They're crows. I've also got dinosaur jammies.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're a mess. You're a mess of a person.
There's a triceratops.
You are the progress of evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the comet?
Where is the comet? My balls. So that's just made it very lowbrow. We're not gonna.
I set you up for it. It's my mistake. Yeah. Well, here we go. So Rob has departed from the Holodale Manor. He's betrayed us. He's abandoned us in our time of need. Hence why we've been a bit quiet recently, because he's been faffing about with broken washing machines and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, it's been a nightmare. My hair has receded in the time since I last saw you. It's been just hell.
Has it receded?
It has.
Always?
It has.
Oh,
It's gone
no.
up from there to there.
Dear.
I've had 4 colds. I should never have left.
And in doing so, also abandoned all your Christmas jumpers. And also, I don't think we need to explain it, but Rob is the spirit of Christmas when he's in the flat, or had been before he betrayed us. And so every year, against mine and Josh's wishes, he would decorate the flat. Now he's not here. I've still got the Halloween decorations up.
There's no Christmas. The spirit of Christmas.
Nothing.
The
Just
crap.
a few half-drunk bottles of port to indicate
The Christmas tree hasn't even gone up. There's not even a Christmas tree. We didn't. Dr. X.
Where he is.
Our Christmas. He's with the Christmas stuff because he's our favorite. He's our Christmas fairy. Dr. X, the evil villain from the Action Man series, is our fairy that we put on top of the tree. And now he spends another year alone in the attic.
This is what happens when you leave us.
Yeah, no, it's my fault. I take full responsibility.
Yeah, as right you should. As you can tell by the glimmer of sunlight out the window, which isn't actually, it's not like that at all. I just say it's not the winter wonderland that we normally portray at Christmas time. It is in fact a wet lump of a Christmas. This is the wettest it's ever been, right?
Yeah, it's gross. It's just non-stop grossness. The way the light is shining through your window at the back, it looks like you're about to be abducted.
Yeah, I don't know why that's happening.
It's got a weird kind of close encounters of third kind glow to it. But yeah.
Well, anyway, yeah. So welcome to our inter-festive podcast. We won't pretend to have the fire burning this time. Instead, we will just exchange presents remotely and discuss the year that's been. It's been a funny old year. No one else has said that.
No one has said that. No. Another first for Holiday Media.
So it's been a bit stilted. I mean, we would have been working on at least 2 projects by now, but unfortunately, life and buggeration has stopped it both happening. So yeah, 2022, we'll see what happens. But for now, we're just gonna be as we are and see what happens.
This was a fallow year. This is what they call it, isn't it? A fallow year.
Although that said, we'll go on to that later. That said, we've had quite a few things happen.
Yeah, we've had things happen. Yeah.
So yeah, all good. I figure for now we won't have any kind of film reviews in this one. We'll just go through kind of our best and worst picks from the year that's gone, TV and film. I think you're more of a TV guy these days.
Yeah, that makes sense. I have 2 TV shows I want to talk about, which I want everyone to watch.
Cool. And it's worth noting, of the 25 films I reviewed this year that were new or newish, there's a big chunk in there I don't remember. Just so mediocre. Did you watch The Midnight Sky?
No.
George Clooney? Boring.
No, I didn't. I didn't know George Clooney was doing anything at all. I thought George Clooney was just sat in a vat of Nescafe.
Stowaway?
No idea.
That was a Korean sci-fi. It was alright, but I don't remember anything about it. So yeah, interesting year.
Should we do present? Yeah, should we do a present?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
We fought ahead and we've swapped presents already. So behind me is a selection of gifts beautifully given to me by Robert Edinburgh.
I have beautifully wrapped, beautiful, very interesting feeling presents. So I'm excited to see what they are. Anyway.
Right. So I've got three. We both got three gifts. Which one was first?
Okay. In fact, I would like you to open the duck origami one first. If that's all right.
I just want to show this off. This was Rob's first gift given to me.
I had that done at Hamleys in London, actually. That
Did
wrapping.
you?
Yeah, that's why you can see the decoration in the tape. Cost the wrapping actually cost.
Why is this? What is this?
The wrapping costs more than the gift itself.
Did it really?
I was
really
wrapping.
filled me with joy.
It doesn't. I was wrapping it, and it was slowly forming into a duck of its own accord. So I just let it take its own path.
Oh god. Okay. Well, do we do it one by one?
Yeah. Totally.
Okay. I'm gonna cut its head off.
That hurt me deep inside. I don't believe you just did that. I can't believe such care.
My heart's open. I have to go at this. Oh ho ho! Did you start with the best one?
Well, maybe, but I don't think so. I thought I'd mix it up this time because we talked about this Beast War for a while. We referenced it before.
Before I show it, this is unanimously the best Beast Wars toy, I think. Do we agree? This is the best one?
I agree, 100%.
It's a character who is just incredible, and I wish I could do an impression of him, but I haven't seen it in so long. What I've got is Transmetal Tarantulas.
How cool. Do you know what the best thing, my favorite thing about it that I forgot from before is it has Tarantulas written across the abdomen. If you look at the like a motorbike, it's such a nice touch.
That'll pop up. I think the Transmetal is also good.
Yeah. It's very cool.
Best thing about it, so he's a metal tarantula, but he turns into a flipping. Now, what am I missing here? Is there a wheel missing?
I hope not. Oh, maybe the.
Oh no, it's here.
Oh, sweet.
Turn the gun. His weapon is like a saw, and he turns into a flipping motorbike.
He's got three forms.
I'll see if I can remember how to. I'll see if I remember how to transform him as you open your gift.
Yeah, just to plug somewhere before I do. That was from in Milton Keynes. They have like a sci-fi museum that connects alongside to a retro games arcade where they've got all sorts of stuff from Street Fighter to Tekken Tag to Donkey Kong Jr. All of this stuff. But they had this display case full of Beast Wars toys. I didn't even know they were on sale, and they came back and I saw that they were, and that stuck out to me. And I got for any Beast Wars fans, I got Silverbolt, who looks pretty badass, which I never had as a kid.
It's sort of the Batman character, isn't he?
Yeah.
The hero. Oh, what am I missing here?
What present do you want me to open first?
Well, let's stick with the theme. Open the small one first, I reckon.
Open the small one. Big things come in small packages.
Yes. That's what I've been telling them.
Ooh! That looks to me like a Jurassic Park Velociraptor. It's a music box!
Yep. That's what I did test it. It should, do it the other way. There should be a bit of resistance to it. Very quiet. That's bizarre. I can't hear it at all. When I did it, it's quite loud.
You can't hear it? It's pretty loud over here.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Hold it in. I must be tuning it out. Oh, that's so annoying.
It's beautiful. It's very moving. This tinkle is very, very moving.
You have to send an audio clip version of it, and I'll put it on the podcast. I've forgotten how to do this bit.
Oh no! This sounds like a bit in the first movie where like they're up in the tree, I think, and they're having a moving moment.
Yeah, I saw it and thought, ah.
What do you call a blind dinosaur? Do you think he saw us?
I can hear it much better now. Now it's far away.
What do you call a blind dinosaur's dog? Do you think he saw us, Rex? That's literally the film. That's the film.
Yeah.
That's
well done.
brilliant.
So when you're sat there thinking, oh, living here, and I could be living there.
I can play Jurassic Park to cheer me up.
Yeah.
Although that's just going to make me want to live in Hawaii where they filmed it.
Well, who doesn't? I mean,
yeah,
honestly.
true.
I've forgotten. And you have to come back to this.
Come back to him.
All right, fine. All right. Well, yes. Present one complete. Thank you very much. That's awesome.
Thank you very much. That's wonderful.
More joy to come. But first, let's put the theme in or something. So 2021, lots of films that were delayed from 2020, I feel like. So we had kind of a mixed bag. We had some of the better ones come out towards the end, I guess, and a lot of the mediocre ones that just sort of filtered through. And I feel like quite a lot of the films I watched this year were the mediocre ones. How was your viewing year?
I was introduced to two, I think, utterly amazing TV series, both completely different. Film-wise, I mean, I only went to the cinema twice. I saw SpiderMan and I saw Bond. I thought Bond
two
was
films
very good.
I haven't seen yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Lee, well, you haven't seen Bond yet? Yeah, well, fair enough. Do you know what? They overhyped it for you. They tried to sauce you all over with Bond. They tried to lather you up with Bond sponges, and you just had enough of that itchy Bondness all over your body.
Yeah, I think it just came out at a really rubbish time. I was really busy, I think.
Ah, fair enough.
And I wasn't fussed. Everyone has told me about it and said, yeah, it's really good. And then I've just stopped right there immediately. Spider-Man, I've heard nothing.
Spider-Man is absolutely incredible, and it's just it's fan service in the best possible way. It's none of it falls flat like with Star Wars. There was stuff where you kind of like, what? That's how they wanted to do that, and then but with this, it's all the writing team at Marvel knows how to make the fans happy. Like they just do it right all the time, regardless of how samey and crap you might find Marvel, depending on who you are. They do nail it in terms of what people want to see. They always get it bang on, I think. And this film is proof of that.
Can I counter that with Black Widow? This was one of the middling films for me this year, where they didn't deliver what the fans wanted. They just delivered CGI rubbish. It was a film that I think a lot of people wanted and were waiting for the backstory of Black Widow. Scarlett Johansson's obviously character in the Avengers. But they didn't get it. They got a snippet of it, and the rest was just boring. Like, this was the first Marvel film where I genuinely, if I had a watch, I'd be checking it. Because the CGI, the action set pieces were just boring as hell.
All I know about it is I just listened to Adam and Joe's Christmas special podcast. I don't know if you've heard it yet, but
Not yet.
They talked about Ray Winston's terrible Russian accent in it. I didn't even know Ray Winston was the bad guy. Which is...
It's pretty bad. And I think when I watched it, I thought, yeah, they're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
I just thought the only interesting bits were when Florence Pugh and David Harbour were talking. When they weren't talking, it was boring. It's the wrong way round. I don't know whether that's me. Is that an age thing? But the CGI, the action pieces were so like, who cares? It's just supposed to be human, right? Black Widow? Just taking falls like a champ.
Really?
Yeah.
I reckon they give him some sort of Marvel steroid, because there's sometimes you think, you know, like, I don't understand when Robert Downey Jr. in Iron Man 1, he's in a metal suit and he falls from the sky and plummets into sand, which is more or less concrete at that speed. And if you're in a metal suit, aren't you just going to go smush? How does he survive?
Yeah. But Tony Stark is a very clever man. He probably put some padding or something in it.
Some padding. Some padding.
You know the bubble wrap. Layer of bubble wrap underneath.
But you're not going to be able to protect your brain on the inside, hitting the side of your skull. It's just going to go splat.
Yeah, just a little detail. He's a clever man. He worked something out.
I think there's some smush steroid that they put in them that stops them going smush. That's my theory. Sense. That would cover
honestly, worth it for Florence Pugh, who's now apparently in one of the series. Can't bother with that. But yeah. Also, Shang-Chi.
I haven't seen Shang-Chi.
I really hated it, and I think I might be the only person in the world because it was boring.
Yeah, people are raving about it, aren't they? A lot of people really like it.
Don't like it. Thought it was boring. Again, it was the action pieces. I'm like, I don't care. Who are these people?
Yeah, you've grown up. You don't care anymore.
But it's interesting though, because I compared this on Twitter. I was talking to someone about this. In one of my top films of the year, Nobody. Right, Nobody is by the guys who did John Wick, but in the sort of vein of Happy, I guess. It was a regular guy who starts punching and kicking and shooting. Very much the first...
Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the first act is very much the same as Shang-Chi. And the end of when he sort of reveals his powers is the same setup. He's on a bus. A load of punks start kicking off. Exactly the same as Shang-Chi. But the difference is, Nobody felt like a physical fight where people got tired and people got, people would fall down and just catch their breath and like, what? And then they start fighting again. Shang-Chi, it was all immediately, what? Magic, martial arts, superpowers.
Really?
Show some risk, I guess.
I'm in no rush to watch it. I think I am large. Apart from like the big ones, I think I'm marveled out. I'm fed up of stories.
SpiderMan's the first one I'm actually looking forward to. I mean, it's Marvel adjacent, but Venom was very good as well.
I liked Venom, and like there's all these people think it is horrific. Like so many people. Are you talking about Let There Be Carnage or the first Venom? Yeah. So many people like despise Venom, and I just think it's really funny. I just think the dynamic and
buddy comedy, buddy cop,
and Venom's voice in it is just so stupid and so funny. It's just a very funny film. Yeah. Apparently not everyone agrees, but yeah, I like both of them.
I know some people who didn't think it went far enough was their problem with it. It should have been more bloody.
Yes. Yeah. I would
sort
agree
of
to
get
that.
I think they were veering towards Marvel, weren't they? They're taking it away.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're let off the leads, effectively, if you're not attached to a Spider-Man movie, then you kind of have free range to do whatever you want with it. So why not push the boat out further? Why not have him eating more people, why not have more gore? Maybe there was a wasted opportunity there. And I think the R-rated, these days R-rated gets people in the cinema. It did with Deadpool, didn't it? So,
well,
maybe
talk about R-rated. There's some interesting ones. I think we'll do a more formal top and bottom. I think, but for now, while we're still sort of chatting, what's your TV series picks?
Okay, so I've got 2 that I want to talk about. The first is The Great. I don't know if you've heard of The Great. It is a period comedy, right? Now, if I see a powdered wig, I run for it because I hate anything like that. But this is one of the best comedy series I think I've ever seen. So it's loosely based on the rise to power of Catherine the Great, who was like the Empress of Russia. Stars Ellie Fanning as the Empress Catherine and Nicholas Hoult as Peter III. And so it's like a satirical comedic drama that is extremely fictionalized. And it basically portrays Catherine in her youth and her marriage to Emperor Peter III. So she's from like Poland, which was formerly Prussia.
I've literally never even heard of this.
It's absolutely fantastic.
What is this on?
It was on Hulu, but now I think if you got Prime, then you get access to Stars Play via Prime, and Amazon at the moment they're doing a deal where it's £1 a month for 3 months, and which gives you enough time to watch it and then cancel your subscription if you want to give it a go. I think there's some other good stuff on Stars Play, so it might be worth it. But yeah,
Evil Dead was.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, Emperor Peter is this kind of like narcissistic, cruel, booze-loving moron. And Nicholas Hoult, it is his career best performance by a mile. He's absolutely hilarious in it. But yeah, he kind of just humiliates his subjects purely to get a laugh, like from his like high society friends. I mean, and he's having sex with one of his best friend's wife, like openly, and he discusses it with him. And the guy's having like a crisis about it. He doesn't care. But then Ellie Fanning's Catherine comes in, and she's very liberal and forward thinking, and kind of wants to shape him to be a less old school tyrannical emperor and make modern changes and catch up with Paris and London and etc. And it's her battle to make him a better person and eventually sort of plot against him. But it's so funny. I couldn't recommend it more.
Okay. I'm getting vibes of what was it called? The guy who did think of it made Death of Stalin.
Yes, it's very similar to that.
As you describe it, that's what I'm seeing in my head.
It's Death of Stalin meets... I mean, it kind of, in a weird way, it reminds me of a dynamic in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where there's all of these... there's all of these excellent characters in it who are scumbags in their own special way, and they all form different alliances each episode. Like, there's someone that, like, Catherine might hate someone, but then realize that to get what she wants, she needs to team up with them, and then they realize that they can mutually help each other out. And everything involves tricking Nicholas Holt's character into agreeing to something for the benefit of them. And yeah, and it backfires in all sorts of ways. But yeah,
cool.
It's so good. The other series I want to talk about briefly is Raised by Wolves, which is like you're Mr. Sci-Fi. It takes me a bit longer to get into sci-fi things, and I always find them too late.
I've heard of this, yeah.
But this is it's Ridley Scott executive produced. It was created by Aaron Gusikowski. Ridley Scott, he directed the first 2 episodes. I think this is also on Prime, but it's very good. So it centers on 2 androids, father and mother. I've stolen this from Wikipedia, by the way, this paragraph, because I couldn't be bothered to write my own sentence. Father and mother tasked with raising human children on Kepler 22b after the Earth was destroyed by a great war. As the burgeoning colony of humans threatens to be torn apart by religious differences, the androids learn that controlling the beliefs of humans is a treacherous and difficult task. So, yeah, it's really cool. It's got Travis Fimmel from Vikings in it, which is a huge plus. But yeah, it has this amazing 1950s sci-fi production design quality to it, which I really like. Which I think is you said to me it's quite fashionable at the moment, isn't it? It deals with like loads of different themes, like the hypocrisy of religion, artificial intelligence, and how smart should they be? How far do you go before you reach genuine human emotion? Yeah, it's a bit slow-paced and heavy at times. I don't think it's for everyone, but it has good kid actors and it has a really good relationship with these two androids, mother and father, because they're basically fake parents, but it reflects kind of how a real-life father might feel inadequate when comparing himself to how crucial the mother's role is. It's very clever and it has all these layers. Yeah, I also could not recommend that one more. It's very, very good.
And what's that on?
That I'm pretty sure it's on Amazon Prime. I think that's what I'm watching. And the series 2 comes out in February.
Okay.
It's
I've heard someone talk about that one. I'm curious about that.
It's got a good level of gore as well. There's good guns and weapons, and the ship design's cool. It's just cool.
I mean, for all of these reasons, you need to also watch The Expanse. The final series has just come out. So all the best series, it's finite, so it's not going to go on forever. This is the last season. It's just come out. Again, I've recommended it many, many times. Space stuff is realistic and cool, so it's not just planes in space like Star Wars. It's literally big rocks that go woo.
Oh,
and
nice.
If you get hit, you're dead. Basically, there's no the phasers have bounced off the deflector shields. It's like a bullet's gone through the hole and blown up the person next to you's head. So,
nice. Oh, very cool. So, how many series are there of The Expanse?
6, but they're not super long. I think there's 10 episodes each.
It
starts off as a film noir detective show and ends up as a galaxy-spanning interdimensional war. Yeah,
very cool. Yeah,
highly recommend.
Totally on that. We'll watch that next.
Excellent, cool. Well, I don't think I've seen any TV series. The only one I'm looking forward to, because as of recording, it's not out yet. The Book of Boba.
Oh yes, of course.
Yes. Really excited
wait
for
for
that.
that. What's that? The 29th of January. Is it 29th?
29th December.
29th of December. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Soon. Can feel it. Me just sampling the boba.
Whilst we're on the I don't know if you want to talk about things you're looking forward to the most next year, or if you want to do a present first, or
go for it.
Okay, so what is coming like next year? Jurassic Park's been stabbed to death for me by the last 2 movies. I'm cautiously optimistic because I know what happens at the start of the 3rd Jurassic World movie.
No faith.
I'm looking forward to one scene, which is the 65 million years in the past scene. If that's even
You've
a
already
fit.
seen it.
True. Have we?
Oh, I have. Have you?
Where did you get there's footage?
They revealed it.
I saw a photo.
Oh no, mate! They put out the full scene.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, do I watch it now or do I?
Yeah, I mean, if you want, we can do a live reaction. Go for it. Watch it now.
All right. I need to blow my nose as well because I've got a bit of a cold. I'll be right.
I think I've worked out while Rob's disappeared. There's Tarantulas with his. Yeah, he's flipping awesome. I can't remember his voice. Is it like? Yeah, I'm Tarantulas. It's like that.
Yeah, Tarantulas.
It's a mad scientist.
Jurassic World Dominion.
Probably the first thing that comes up.
The original. Oh, 5 minutes. I don't think we can watch that, can we?
We can skim through it.
I can't skim through this.
No, you watch it live action.
Okay.
We'll speed you up.
As if they've done this. This is dumb that they've done this.
Yes, it is dumb they've done this. I now don't want to watch it.
Do I want to watch this?
That's you, mate.
Am I going to ruin it for myself?
You enjoy it? I promise you that.
I don't know if I should.
Why don't you watch a minute of it? Cut you off at 60 seconds. I'll time you.
Trees. We've opened with trees, but they're special. They don't look like normal trees. Mountain. Snow. Maybe not snow because it's dinosaur times. Legs. Insect. Itchy dinosaur leg because it's twitching. What do we got? We got it. What is that? Dreadnoughtus, I want to say. That's not a Brachiosaurus. Why have they released this? Why have they released 5 minutes of a film early? Ornithochirus. I'm gonna watch it until a big T-Rex thing comes, and then I'll stop.
Fair enough.
This is so stupid, man. Why would you not save this for the cinema?
It's ridiculous, isn't it? And a month ago they released that as well. It was ages ago.
Oh. This is pretty cool, to be fair. Oh, cool. Ah. What is that?
Let's play with my toy.
Cool. Oh, oh, that's it. Sorry, that's enough. That's enough. Yeah.
Yeah, enjoy that.
Why are they showing? Why they released that?
Because
Why have they released
I
that?
assume because people have given up on it, and they wanted to draw people back in. 2.5 million people have seen the clip I've got in front of me.
Can you imagine if Jaws came out in 1975 and they showed the first 10 minutes of that before the people saw it in the cinema?
I know.
Or
It
Scream.
seems mad.
Doesn't
But
make
to be
any
honest,
sense.
though, is it any more spectacular than Walking with Dinosaurs?
I liked the thing with Walking with Dinosaurs, you got the narrator, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've got Kenneth Branagh over the top.
I
Whereas
bet if you got some audio from Walking with Dinosaurs and put it over that trailer,
you think it'd be better.
I think it'd be better.
I liked just being immersed in it. I mean, I could watch 2 hours of that. What I just saw.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the other thing, yeah. Why
but then
not?
you would ruin it by putting him stupid Matt Man. What's his face? Galaxy.
Yeah.
Galaxy Man.
Speaking
Everyone's
of, How
favourite.
do you feel about Chris Pratt playing every single character in the world?
I'm sick of him.
We've skipped all that. We missed all that, didn't we? Chris
Yeah,
Pratt
I'm just
playing...
sick. I'm so sick of him. But it's not his fault. He's a good, funny actor, but it's just been saturated with him. Everything's been saturated with him. I also think lovely SpiderMan. What's his name? Tom. Blah blah blah.
Holland.
Yeah. Have you seen how they've cast Uncharted? They put him and Mark Wahlberg as Sully.
What?
You know the Uncharted games?
Yeah.
Two actors who are nothing like the characters in the game at all, and everyone's moaned. This is not a new moan. I'm sure people are thinking, "Shut up!" But we've already heard this. It's stupid. I don't know what casting directors are doing these days. Can you not actually just hire actors who look like they should play the parts? I don't know. It's dumb, man. Yeah. Anyway, big distraction. The other, I'm looking forward to Scream, which I think is out at the start of the year.
Yep.
And I'm looking forward to the Lord of the Rings TV series. And don't think I care about Robert Pattinson's Batman, but it does have the Riddler in it. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe he'll be a good Batman. I don't know. But apart from that, I've forgotten what's out.
Well, I've got a long list. So, yep, we got Scream, Morbius. I am actually really excited for Morbius. Didn't know anything about it until I saw Venom.
Really?
Saw the trailer for it. Yeah.
I stopped paying attention at Jared Leto, but maybe, I need to stop hating actors. Maybe that's my problem.
There's Jackass Forever.
Amazing.
When you can hear them all crunching like crisp packets as they fall over.
It's funny that they did this at the end of Jackass 1. They aged them all, didn't they?
Oh yes, they did, didn't they?
Was it 2? I can't remember.
That was a joke then.
And now it's real. Now they literally all have grey hair and croaky voices.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Apparently the first one's good.
It's very good. It's very good. And this trailer got me excited for 2 because it's got Knuckles and Tails in it.
The Northman. Is that the Viking one with Anna Taylor-Joy?
Is that Robert Egger?
Yeah. Is it this one?
I think it's that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
Yep. One I've been looking forward to for ages. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now, as mentioned, I'm not that fussed about Marvel, but the title of that makes me want to see it.
It sounds Ragnarok-y.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
And
Bob's Burgers film.
Oh my goodness. I guess Multiverse of Madness has the capacity to be the one that really sells all of Marvel's future projects, doesn't it? Because they can throw in, oh yeah, we're still doing the X-Men, that's going to come up. Fantastic Four, here you go. Look at all these different portholes that are opening that are showing all of our money.
Speaking of, Thor: Love and Thunder, July. Also coming out in July, Rachel and the Unicorn Diaries.
That's either a children's film or a very, very
adult film.
Yeah.
Aquaman. Tomb Raider 2.
Really?
What?
I didn't get past the fox chasing scene in the first movie. I turned it off. I hated it.
Yeah, you were right to do so. I think it very much followed the new gritty video game universe.
Right.
Therefore, it was quite boring. I thought she was miscast as well. What's her name? She's very good in other stuff, but she was miscast in that. What was it called? Can't remember. Spider-Man, Spider-Verse 2. Yes, Spider-Verse. The first Spider-Verse, best Spider-Man I've ever seen. It's amazing. It's incredible. Animation's great. Story's great. Casting great. And then the bloody MCU got their fingers in it, didn't they? Stole the idea.
Yeah, no, that's true. It literally is.
Unbelievable.
But for good reason. The new Spider-Man movie is one of the best Marvel films, easily.
All right.
It's like Ragnarok, Infinity War. This maybe I might even put this above. I don't know. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Oh, and obviously Halloween Ends.
They didn't need to do a trilogy.
Faith.
They didn't need to do a trilogy. I don't know what they were thinking. How can you make? It's so dumb. Never mind.
First one, great. Second one, oh dear. Third one, God. I don't suppose we reviewed Halloween Kills, did we? God.
I didn't bother. I didn't bother watching it. I read all the reviews and quite unprofessionally couldn't be bothered.
There's some good stuff, but not enough. It's just copy and paste job, that is. But yeah. So yeah, a few things to look forward to. Some. I mean, there's probably a lot of stuff here that I just don't know anything about and will love.
Should we do a present?
Downton Abbey.
Oh my goodness me. It's going to make a lot of people very happy.
Downton Abbey, a new era. I hope that's set in like the 90s, about neon and stuff. A new family take over. Hey, it's cool, bro. Let's look for
Is it Snoop Dogg who's a big Downton Abbey fan?
Who?
There's Snoop Dogg. He loves Downton Abbey, or I'm completely wrong.
I wouldn't be surprised.
There's someone who you just wouldn't expect to like Downton Abbey. I'm hoping it's Snoop Dogg. It's just very strange. But yeah.
Is it present time?
It is present time.
Right. This one's my second one.
Your second one is that bland is the gynecology box.
Okay,
Yeah.
and yours is the smaller, more squidgy box.
This one. Or
The smaller one on your
this one.
that one, yeah.
Okay, I'll open my one first.
Weirdly, we've got some interesting gynecology. Yes. Just so it says Orchard Gyna.
That is literally from a gynecology department, and at first I didn't. My girlfriend, she's friends with a nurse. But wait, I need to talk you through that. What the hell is? What I need to talk? Wait, stop! I need to talk you. Stop! I need to talk you.
All right, let's talk about your one first, shall we? Rob's always had a dream, had a singular dream that he would get a coffee enema. Thankfully, you can buy an enema kit for use at home.
You've got me a home enema kit, Adam.
Yes.
Okay, so it comes with 8 interchangeable tips. So I guess that's multiple use. An enema reservoir.
Yeah.
The worst 2 words ever put together. Silicon hose, yellow stopcock water flow. Wow. It's an enema kit.
Yeah, congratulations. And you can you're welcome. Say you're welcome to your other half as well, who'll have to obviously do it for you.
Help me do it. Okay, I can't wait to show her that. Okay, thank you so much for my enema kit. Okay, proceed.
Now my gynecology kit. Am I just open it? Just pulling out the
just
paper?
crack on. Yeah, so that is from the gynecology box. It might be inside. Oh.
You've got me a potato.
Now, I haven't just got you a potato.
Okay.
What that potato is a symbol of the poem I'm about to read you. Because I've written you a poem. Because
The worst kind of gift.
budget was hard, okay? So, here you
hold
go.
it up. You can all just stare and visualize.
All right. Hello there, dear Adam. How lovely to see you.
As we record, speaking.
This is the. It is the potato speaking.
Okay.
Hello there, dear Adam. How lovely to see you. As we record this podcast, this year's nearly through. And although it may not be Hollowdale's best, we did hunt a Sasquatch up in Thetford Forest. Some may say we're not the best monster hunters around, but that's because I cocked it by recording Bigfoot without sound. But this poem goes further back than last spring. It goes through all the years and the joy they did bring. It was 2006 at Hitchin Centre for the Arts, where Evil Dead 2 first conjoined our young hearts. We'd drink by the half-pipe each day if we could. Hey, remember when they hid the drunk janitor in that cupboard? We also went to Rome. It now feels like a daydream, which is hardly surprising. That absinthe turned everything green. Once college was done, we went our own separate ways. But once uni was over, came our finest of days. A few years of boozing and some rubbish jobs later, we came back to Hitchin and formed Hollowdale Media. With Josh that makes free, with dreams for the taking, and the need to get good at this thing called filmmaking. We made short films about clowns, ghost sharks and a reporter, but our opus was quaggers, bringing 14s to the slaughter. We've done HorrorCon once, last time just us 3, But next year we'll be back with a multi-award winning short movie. 2 Halloweens of horror over 31 days. Also, during lockdown, we had that really weird phase. Horses, cannibalism, and a skeleton we dragged. And the very next Christmas, Boring Bill's Jiffy Bags. This year I moved out and left you guys as 2. But rest assured, there is nothing that will split me, Josh, and you. But there are plans, plots, and schemes for our next big quest when Holodell Media next put their powers to the test. I'll stop here, my dear Adam, for I've spoken lots. You enjoy your potato in its gynecology box.
Well, well. Clippy, clappy, clappy. Very good. Well, I'm sure you're very pleased with this. Also, I can build my own Iron Man suit.
You can! You've got everything you need. You can power it with the potato.
That's a very good poem. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
Good to end on that, I would have thought.
That's probably would have been wise, but I didn't want you to. I didn't feel like the potato was the gift. I didn't want to end you with a potato.
Yes, we haven't really gone into our Thetford Forest experience too much, have we?
No, we haven't.
We'll pick that up in the new year, I think. Maybe we'll release that as a special edition and then do a proper one as well.
We'll do
this is the proper one. Look what the other one was. Yeah.
We'll do a how not to do a monster hunting edition. This is how you don't hunt monsters.
Yeah. That's a teaser. You'll find out more about that next year.
Ooh. Yeah. Did you watch any Christmas movies this year?
New ones?
Any?
Do you know what? What did I watch? I watched the first 20 minutes of A Christmas Chronicle.
All right.
Watched Krampus. That might be it. I started watching Gremlins, but then stopped as well. Just got caught up in something else. Really, this year.
Lack of Christmassy feeling. I only watched Jingle All The Way, Arnold Schwarzenegger's now cult Christmas classic somehow, which is just a funny old film. I think we were talking about the other day. You said that Arnie was kind of miscast. And
it should have been an everyman. Should have been a what could be anyone really. Steve Martin's what I've got in my head. Sort of an old guy. Who English would have been good in that role?
Indeed.
Guy from Love Actually. Gangly man, My Family.
Oh yeah, Nick. Yeah,
Nick. Yeah, true. Someone you wouldn't expect to be a hero at the end.
Yeah,
because Arnie's already built. It's not a surprise to see him in muscles. You know?
Yeah, he's perfectly fit into it. But my favourite thing about it is that he punches a reindeer, and I wonder if the director was a Conan fan and was like, "You're gonna have to hit this animal." Arnie's famously quite an animal lover. Like he has, I think, donkeys or llamas or something in his like ranch. But yeah, he's always punched animals. He's been like a kind of advocate for animal violence towards animals. In 2 Conan movies, he hits an animal, as far as I remember. It's in every film. It's in both films he punches an animal, isn't it? The camel?
Yeah.
Does he apologise? No,
I can't
does he
remember
apologise
the
to the
second one
camel? Maybe he apologises to the camel in the second one. But yeah, he comes back and he smacks a reindeer in the face in this one. There's a really...
Well, Jingle All The Way is a very cynical Christmas film. It's very... the Christmas joy at the end is very incidental. They bump into each other, don't they? Like
yeah.
He didn't earn the relationship with his son. Jake Lloyd.
The son just says, I don't need the Turbo Man toy anymore. I've got the real thing as my dad.
Now this is pod racing, he says.
Yeah. But they've got this weird character who's like the neighbor, who's this sleazy man who all of the other wives in the school, all the single mums fancy. And I think he basically sleeps with everyone. And he's trying to sleep with Arnie's wife and hit on her loads, despite them being next door neighbors and him being Arnie. And it's just a really weird plot mechanism of her just constantly having him around to help out this weird sleazy neighbor, which I didn't get. the comedian Sinbad is in it as like a down on his luck
Oh
poster.
yeah, God.
Yeah, he's trying to get Turbo Man for his kid. And it's him versus Arnie throughout, and then there's like a bomb scene with a postman, with a policeman. The policeman gets blown up by a bomb.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of it wouldn't fly today, but that is often the case with these movies.
Well, it's in that weird period as well when Arnie just started doing comedy.
Yes.
But the comedy's ways in worked because he was the butt of the joke. He wasn't the one trying to be funny.
Yeah.
I think in a Kindergarten Cop is the quintessential one. He's just being Arnie. It's just the world around him is being weird, or
They kind of have that in Jingle All The Way.
No, but he's trying to be funny. That's what sort of puts me off it, I think.
Put the cookie down.
Yes.
That's where that's from. I forgot. There you go. Very good. But yeah, it was all right. It was good. I enjoyed it, but I haven't watched anything else Christmassy at all.
Oh,
I watched a bit of Home Alone 2.
The closest. Oh, I watched a bit of that. Well, that was on TV. The other one I watched. Oh, this is horrible that I'm now this person. I watched someone react to It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh.
I didn't even watch It's a Wonderful Life. I watched someone react to It's a Wonderful Life. But interestingly, I still got watching someone react to it.
Did they get it
quite an
torn
impressive film, I think. The woman at some point, she picks up tissues. I'm going, no, it's fine, don't worry about it.
Oh, so she should. It's I would be worried if she didn't. The first time watching that.
It's just been a bit of a weird year. Even Halloween didn't feel particularly Halloween-y, I thought.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Oh well. I'm sure it's not just age. I'm sure it is just the fact the world is burning.
Yeah, the year sucks. I think if you put me, you and Josh in like a spooky house for a month in October and none of us had to work, it would be the best Halloween ever, for like bar none. It's just the fact that we were really busy and stressed and there was no time to fit anything in, and it just didn't spook as well. It was just
it just didn't feel right. Didn't feel right at all, and it was really warm. Anyway, yes. Well, let's move on, shall we, to I've already mentioned a couple, but I'm going to go through some of the worst films of the year. We'll start down, end high. How's that?
Okay.
You've definitely seen a couple of these, or heard me talk about a couple of these, so feel free to chip in. I want to say the first worsty of the year. Free Guy. Ryan Reynolds is a lovable computer sprite who falls in love and brings down the game system because he lives in an MMO and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I hated it.
Didn't get it. Didn't get half of it. This was a real worrying. This was a real like, oh god, I'm an old man, because they were doing stuff like Fortnite dancing, and I was like, it's from Fortnite. I know that much.
And they had famous YouTube personalities.
Oh god, yeah.
Stuff. It's so
really, and the worst thing of all was when they had just Star Wars stuff out of nowhere.
The Captain America shield, and then
and that as well. Apparently that literally was Disney like invested in the film, and they just added all this stuff in. But it did feel like that. It felt added in.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was very bored. I think I fell asleep, but I might have been drunk when I was watching it. But I didn't get on with it at all.
Was not a fan. Also, the world he was trying to destroy to rebuild, it just looks like a terrible game that would close. At the end, he brings back the miracle world, the game that it should be, without all the guns and gangsters and GTA references, and just made like this really bland, boring game that no one would play, and it will die on its ass.
Yeah, it's naff.
Oh, yeah.
The film was not for us, I don't think, at all. I think
No,
that's the
I think
problem.
that's safe to say. The Justice League Snyder Cup.
Yeah, crack on.
Now, Rob's got a weird thing about this because it's really good.
I
Snyder
just find
Cup genuinely
Yeah,
is a different film.
is it?
completely
It's so
different.
long. Isn't it like 4 hours or something?
It is long. They do break it up into chapters, so you don't have to watch it in one go.
Okay.
But I would say the first half was much better than the second half.
Right.
Because I think I watched it with Josh, and we did stop it halfway, and then had some food, whatever, came back, watched the second half, and we're like, oh, no, all right. Now it's just the same sort of formulaic stuff. But honestly, all the character setup and stuff, brilliant. It was too long, no, without a doubt, too long. But as an experience compared to the original, yeah, significantly better. And some of the best moments were just the character introductions. If you watch anything from the Snyder Cup, maybe Flash's introduction, I think you'd enjoy.
Okay. All right. I might
It's
give it a
those
go
little
sometime.
moments that I think I'll piece it together.
Is it on anything?
It was on Now TV, so presumably it's on Sky.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I'll give it a go. I don't know why they released that cut and they didn't release the butthole cut of Cats. Did you hear about that?
More demand, I think, maybe.
I think there's probably more demand to see the cut of Cats where the bum holes weren't edited out.
I don't know, man.
certainly.
I think I'm all right. Even if it was out, I think I probably wouldn't watch it.
I have been begging multiple people to see Cats with me, just because it's on. You can get it for free on TV because it's so obviously internationally renowned for being the worst film of the decade or whatever.
Mm.
But no, I want to watch it. I just want to see why. I'm very fascinated. I might watch it later just to.
Just do it.
Yeah, I'm interested. I wanted to experience it, man.
Slipping over back to the worsties of the year. Number 2, I've got the Lockdown Hauntings. I feel a bit bad for this one because it's small town. It's really, it's us. It's our level. It's independent, and it was filmed during the early months of the lockdown in 2020. So everything was against it. Low budget. Even some actors, one actor in particular, who auditioned for our film. So that really shows you that it's, we're on par. But my God, the thing is, because it was made in lockdown, it was marketed above probably what it should have had. So there was a bit more around it than perhaps there should have been. So in watching it, you're just disappointed because it's been built up so much as it was made in lockdown. It's blah, 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 blah. It's a murder mystery, blah, blah, blah. And yet it's like, yeah, whatever. So, yeah, I wouldn't recommend it at all. I think it's an interesting, what's the word? Relic of its time, maybe, but
Yeah.
I think you're better off watching. Who was the comedian? Was it Bill Burr?
There was no. I was just trying to think of his name. Let me Google. His white
Bill
woman's
Burr, was it?
Instagram was in it. White woman. It was something like that, wasn't it? Bo Burnham.
Oh, Burnham, yeah.
Bo Burnham. That was Inside. Yeah,
That
so
came
good.
out. That came out a lot later than Lockdown Hauntings, but yeah, I think if you're gonna watch anything, that's the one to watch.
Yeah, definitely. It's brilliant.
Yeah, skip the Lockdown Hauntings.
It really jumps into the loneliness and isolation of lockdown, whilst also being very, very funny. So yeah, I definitely recommend that.
Okay, skipping back over to the top. Now, I'm torn on this one. I'm going to go for the one that is also quite independent, also one that's more relevant to us and really ticks all the boxes in my head. as opposed to the more mainstream equivalent. And it's Psycho Gorman.
Oh!
Psycho Gorman is a joy from beginning to end. It is a cartoon of a film.
Petty displays of wealth. How can your short lifespans allow such narcissism?
Yeah, but look at all the hunky boys.
I do not care for hunky boys. Or do I?
And I love it. Absolutely love it. It's I'll bring up the guy's name, so I always forget it. The man who made it, I followed for quite a while now. He Steven Krasinski posted did The Void, Man Borg, which is fun. He did the short film Biocarb, it's melting, which is very fun. He's kind of a special effects whiz, and he's independent. He makes his own stuff. He's a Canadian guy, and yeah, just really ticks all the boxes. Another film I reviewed this year is called Clapboard Jungle. It's a documentary about being in the film industry or trying to break into the film industry. And Steven Krasinski was one of the interviewees in it, and he made the point: don't try and chase funding for filmmaking. Get a job, pay for it yourself. And that's like the spirit of independence, and that's everything I love, as opposed to the subject of Clapboard Jungle, who was just tearing his hair out trying to do it the proper way. So yeah, Psycho Gorman. It was on Shudder, but I don't know if it's on anything else now.
I loved the Power Rangers villain design. That was my favourite. I mean, we both loved the scene with the council, the Space Council of bad guys or whatever. They were something else. They're literally like beautifully designed characters.
Yeah, well, there's just so like, and they still have that built in your shed vibe, which I think is really appealing. I think, especially the brain guy, who's the best character ever made.
Definitely.
That's the thing. Psycho Gorman, I think it's easy for people to go, it's an 80s rehash. Oh, you know, it's inspired by the 80s, Stranger Things and all that. It's not at all. Psycho Gorman is 90s. Psycho Gorman is straight out of our childhood. I think Power Rangers, big influence, especially not just the council, but there was like a fight scene in the jungle when all the other demons appear.
Taste of my magic, Witchmaster.
No way, lady. You chose this, now live with the consequences.
Worst film of 2021, in my opinion, of the films I reviewed, I should just say, Army of the Dead. Army of the Dead is the most boring, repetitive, obnoxious, hack fraudy pile of garbage that I've seen this year.
It looked, not only was it like, in no way did it have any of the charm of any of the Dead movies at all. It was put together so fast that they didn't have any time to address the many technical flaws with it, with the pixel, for example, and like
just to explain, there was a stray pixel. Apparently, I don't think I spotted it.
I never spotted it, but it's kind of like, I mean, it became a meme in itself, didn't it? How do you people pick up on that sort of stuff? If there's even a minor detail, that's going to be the focus of the film. It's like Game of Thrones with that plastic water bottle. You need to edit that out. You need to just get rid of it. I don't, it doesn't matter how long it takes. Just don't make it so people can take the mickey out of your already bad movie that's really rushed and has no likable characters.
Well, Army of the Dead characters is the big thing. Army of the Dead, it's so stock. They're all cardboard characters. I think the bad guy is the most obvious bad guy ever. It's just sinister soup man just standing there like, whoa, whoa. The characters as well. The whole thing, the whole setup is just a rip-off of all things of Aliens. To the point where one of the characters was even a red bandana wearing sort of Latino
Oh,
machine gun wielding. It just, the whole thing was just very weird, and it should have been fun. The concept was fun. A casino heist during a zombie apocalypse, great, but then it just had all this other stuff in it.
I mean, and this isn't something I do often. I think these are the only two films this year I watched drunk. Was Free Guy and Army and this, and I fell asleep in both of them. So and just to counter argue that, there was a third. I was encouraged to bring alcohol into the cinema for SpiderMan, so I was pouring Disaronno into my Coke during it.
You're the worst type of cinema goer. That's what you just revealed.
I sat in a place where I wasn't disturbing people. I was very quiet. I did have to go for 4 wheeze, but I stayed awake for all the Spider-Man because it was very good. And I didn't even need to fall asleep because I was completely enthralled. But those two movies so badly sucked. I'd say Army of the Dead more so. I hated it. It was really
Army of the
boring.
Dead also was just so long. It was about, I don't know, an hour too long? Half an hour at push?
I think it just lacked, like, I mean, if you compare it to, like, Day of the... To any of those movies, which one's the one with the mall again? Dawn of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead, yeah, sorry. Dawn of the Dead is so... I don't know, you just get completely immersed in it. The isolation and the loneliness, like that whole mall, there's vast scenes where it's just those three and there's not really much going on except for those guys trying to plan and work out, and you really get into like, what are they going to do next, how do they solve this problem and stuff. And this was just put together trash and schlock and crap, and
it just
didn't work.
So, and it, like I say, rip off of Aliens. They were trying to do the same kind of thing with a lot of it. Even the helicopter, there's a scene where they completely shot for shot ripped off Bishop arriving on the shuttle at the end of Aliens.
It's just
a
it
rip off
also
from
has
start
that,
to finish.
it also has that Netflix gleam of subpar, which gives me a metallic feeling in my teeth that I can't explain when they use too much CGI, and it just looks, it's not pleasant to watch. Do you know what I mean?
Which is weird because it was shot on, it wasn't shot on digital, it was shot on film.
Yeah.
There were all these, there was lots of focus stuff going on where you had people out of focus. It was all properly done, like non-digital effects, in-camera effect, but it just looked rubbish. Coming on to the top pick, my top pick of 2021, and I think it is for a lot of people as well. Don't think you saw this in the end. Malignant.
Was Malignant the...
Oh, you did see it, didn't you?
Was it that one?
Yeah. Malignant is the most fun I've ever had in the cinema. I think I genuinely laughed from beginning to end. Like, with the film, not at it. The opening is like Garth Marenghi. A lot of the content in the middle of the film, it feels like a Spanish soap opera. It's just so ludicrously over the top. And it's just... A lot of people have the theory that James Wan just used the money from, like, Aquaman. Just, blank check, just give him all the money, which he was like, whatever. Just to make his own weird film. And that is what the vibe feels like with Malignant.
It's very silly. It's very stupid. It's very slapstick. It's just silly looking. But then, yeah, like you say, like the Spanish opera stuff in it. But there's a lot of, like, physical violence in it, which is just very, very amusing.
Well, a lot of people reference the fact it's like a parody of a giallo film, like Italian horror, which you can see in a lot of the soap opera stuff especially. But by the end, the violence in the film is like a Looney Tunes cartoon. I almost stood up and clapped during the end. I was loving it. Just thinking about it now. And the reveal was so like, was so just like, oh my god.
That's exactly the same with me. We're like, oh,
Yeah.
look.
I don't know if it's out on anything yet, but when it is, you can buy it. You can now buy it on Prime. It's not free yet.
I need a rewatch of that. I think.
The funny thing is, it's got so many low reviews, and it feels horrible to say, but I think you do have to sort of know the genre to get it. I think, and it sounds awful and gatekeepery, but I do think it's written for people who've seen that kind of horror. I think.
Right.
There's a bit. Well, there's that moment when it's not really a spoiler, but the girl reveals she's pregnant, and the camera goes. There's no need to be that dramatic. Oh god. Yeah. Absolutely incredible film.
I'm
well
glad
worth watching.
I'm glad you've chosen that one as the winner. Oh, that's good. I'm definitely going to watch it again very soon.
The film I would have chosen to pick, but I've left it out because I didn't actually review it. It's Last Night in Soho, which is the Edgar Wright film. Between that and Malignant, those were the most fun I had this year, I think. Both of them have that kind of retro feel, but doing its own thing. And I just highly recommend Last Night in Soho. I think it got missed by a lot of people, sadly. But yeah,
I thought it was very good. I think Edgar Wright, I mean, he is a very, very skilled director. Like, there's just stuff. There's not really anyone else out there like him. I know it's kind of I don't know, maybe an obvious thing to say, but like, he makes watching a movie very like enjoyable just with the sort of shot choices he does. I don't know. He's just, no one else does what he does, and it's just very satisfying.
Very, very visual, isn't he?
I
think the only person I would compare him to might be Tarantino, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
But both know their stuff, and I think they draw on a lot of previous film experience, I think.
Yeah, they do, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. That is just everything's been done, so it's cool to add more strings to your bow by doing what old directors have mastered. It's a good thing, and it keeps people enjoying those techniques. I would say that
Edgar Wright definitely is more original than Tarantino.
Yeah.
Last Night in Soho has the feel of something older, but as far as I'm aware, it's quite unique. And just really, 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 really solid performances, especially from the core cast of 2 or 3. Maybe not John. John was a bit of a wet blanket, but I think he had to be. So yeah, I highly recommend that. Do watch that. Didn't get a chance to review it this year. That's why the crown went to Malignant. I think it would have done anyway, to be honest. But yes, so there we go. That's the top of 2021 according to me. Oh.
Going for it.
Interestingly, I feel like without planning it, I feel like we may have themed them.
You think?
You see what I mean? You go first.
Whoa! What the
So Rob is a very childish man. So I bought him a game that I thought he might enjoy.
I felt this when you gave it to me, and I was like, this is a Beast Wars toy in a box. They've been in some shop, they've re-bought out freaking Megatron or something.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have shown you, would I? If
No, you wouldn't have. But you've gone one better, and you've got me Gussie Gus.
Rob was very impressed by Gooey Louie, who I feel like most people have played in their childhood, if not more recently. So I thought, let's give him something that no one's ever heard of.
Gussie Gus, the gut-busting game that's a hoot when you toot. So
would you feed him? I don't understand. I didn't actually look at it.
Gus loves to eat. Pick a card to feed him.
Right.
See his belly bulge when he eats too much. Watch out. Gus may pass gas on your turn. Thank you for my farting toy. This is brilliant. This is a. I can't wait to play it. This is a fantastic gift. We have
Right,
themed.
now, am I right to think that we've themed it correctly where this is going to be a toy of some sort?
Yes.
So we've done gynecology and enema.
Yeah.
Childhood favourites in Jurassic Park and Beast Wars.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Look at that!
It is a machine gun Nerf thing. I assume it. I don't know how if it's semi-automatic or what. What's his name? It's got its name at the bottom of the. It's
the Shockwave RD-15.
pretty cool.
And you see, there's got a big gap. There's a barrel, so it's like a Tommy gun.
Yeah. So
What?
next time we have our Nerf fight, you're going to have a bit of an advantage.
Well, I'm going to definitely paint this up and make it look all spacey. Oh
Very
god!
nice. Well, this is beautiful, I have to say as well. Like I'm very happy. I mean,
Yes.
yeah. Ah, nice. That is
That's
cool.
awesome. I'm
That
here
is
to
pretty
kick
cool.
ass and chew bubble gum. And I'm all out of bubble gum. Excellent. Well, I should attack Josh with that. Oh yeah.
Yes. Dude, shoot every bullet at him possible.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Right. Excellent. I'm just gonna hold this. Yeah. Very good. Thank you very much. Awesome.
No worries.
We are the most childish men.
Yes, we are.
Apart from your enema and my poem.
I mean, buying a 32-year-old man an enema is somewhat childish. I would argue. But
Only when you
it is
find
what
out
I've
that I
always
put-
wanted.
And when you find out I put chili on the end. Yep. So looking forward to seeing the video of Rob getting that done. Also, I don't know if
Oh, cool.
I've
That
worked
is
it out.
awesome. Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
I
And it's
remember
really
this-
it looks top heavy, but it does stand up
Pretty
quite
cool.
nicely.
Is he
Yeah.
complete?
He is complete. Unless there weren't any rockets with these.
I
ones,
don't
was
think
there?
so. Like, because this, I was wondering if the place I might go back there and just buy all of them. I'm really tempted because this guy was complete, and his missiles fire out of his wings still. He's complete, and
I think the
Yeah.
the traditional missiles were only with the first one, but I think they stopped them after
Yeah.
that. Some kid got his eyes shot or something, I think.
well, check this out just quickly. You see how fast that was?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Pretty cool.
I think I had both of these. I think I had that one as well.
They're both. I was looking inside the thing, and they're both really cool. But there's some really cool other ones I didn't have. So, yeah, maybe we need a trip to the Sci-Fi Museum.
Maybe that's a future video idea.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, quick summary on. I think a quick round off of Quaggers is needed. We won in 7 festivals. We were not selected for 13. We were semi-finalists for 2. And we had 1 honourable mention. We've been screened at LA twice now. We've still not been screened in the UK. That's due to happen in May next year for HorrorCon. So it's absolutely insane that we've been screened in LA twice. But we've won way more awards than I ever thought possible. So thank you to everyone who watched it, everyone who voted, everyone who judged, and just everyone for their amazing support over the last 2 years, I suppose now.
Yeah, thanks. That's cool.
So yes,
Very, very, very good.
it's safe to say that as soon as we're screened in HorrorCon, that hopefully will be in May, that will be us putting it to bed. I think that short film. The whole point of Quaggers was to use it as a fundraiser for bigger films, and I think that will be the next thing we focus on. Maybe a couple of short films here and there as well. So yes, start of a long journey, I think. But yeah, we're off to a very good start.
I agree. Yeah. Quite the quest, Quaggers, and yeah, it'll be. I think going to HorrorCon and seeing it actually screened and being there in person and seeing people enjoy it. Hopefully, that's going to be the icing on the cake, isn't it? And yeah, like you say, then we move on to we put it to bed and we move on to the next story. Yeah, that's all. That's it for this year's festive special. That's all we got. I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna plug this enema into my bum hole.
I'm gonna load up my gun and I'm gonna shoot it at all your stuff.
Fair play, understandable.
Cool. Well, with that, I'm gonna put on my Christmas hat. Notice how much more festive I am compared to Rob this year. He's the changed man. He just wears crows now. Oh,
I lost my soul. My soul is dead.
How is it possible to put on a paper hat wrong?
There it is.
There we go. Right. Yes. With that, it's too late to say Merry Christmas, but have a wonderful, wonderful, happy New Year. And yes, we'll see you very soon.
Yes. Happy New Year to all. Have a very good night and morning after.
Yes. Goodbye. Bye.